It's another day in hackerspaces, Mitch.
Yeah, I like working around geeks who are working with their own things they think are cool.
Yeah.
So I've been working on this as I've had time, and after Chaos Congress, I set aside a week here in Berlin so I have time to work on my own project. Berlin's just a really cool place. I come here a lot. The place we're in now is Fab Lab Berlin. It's just one of many really cool places where people come together in community and support each other and doing things that I think are really amazing. So, here people are making things with, physical things, but people also make music and art of all sorts. It's just a really good place for communities to form.
Okay, so community is important?
I think so. It's certainly important to me, but I think it's really important just for people in general because, we kind of evolved supporting each other. We're not the kind of creatures that survive on our own because we're big and strong. We survive because we get together with other people and support each other. We still really need it for feeling like we're part of something bigger than ourselves, which is important for feeling like we're alive, fully alive. So this is the music synthesizer I'm working on now, and it's a board with this part right here is Arduino. And here's a amplifier, just a sound amplifier, and keyboard-shaped pads. You can play music on it, and a couple knobs to twiddle and make noise. And so this is the project I'm working on. Library that I'm working on now. That's what I'm really focusing on the last few days is doing the firmware, the Arduino Sketch and sketches that people can use. The Arduino is not very powerful of a microcontroller, so you can download the modules that you want to play with and then reprogram it every time you want to do it. But it can actually be used as performance.
What is the official name? Is there already a name? Or?
I'm not sure yet, but I think Ardu Touch synthesizer maybe, because it's a touch keyboard and it's Arduino. So I'll be a hacker in residence at the University of Illinois in March, April. For a month, and there I'll be teaching people, having workshops and discussions and all sorts of things with people who are interested there. A lot of people are into learning about how to solder, so we'll make this. And for people who want to learn more about creating music synthesis, I'll be having workshops on that as well.
And you're traveling the world, visiting hackerspaces.
Yeah, I do that.
What a fantastic life you must have.
I think it's great. That's why I do it. I started off my life being totally depressed for the first half, and I, through a lot of work on my own and a lot of luck, learned to live a life I really love. And so by this time in my life, I really do things because I love it.
What was the turning point for you? What at some point you said, okay, this needs to change for me?
When I was a little kid, I just thought all I have to do is endure through several decades and then I'll be dead. That's a way to live, but there's probably better ways to live, and I somehow knew that. Eventually, I got just super tired of being depressed all the time, and I was really bullied. My parents didn't really help a lot. Teachers didn't. They often watched as I was bullied. It was pretty rough as a kid, but I somehow knew that life could be better, and but all the time up until this turning point, I just did what I thought other people wanted of me. Just like it's really cold outside, it's -5 degrees out, and I'm getting really tired of being cold all the time, but what can I do about that? But for my own life, I actually could do something. Okay. So I made a choice for myself for the first time, and for me, that choice was quitting television and being addicted to things. They all give you something positive, like diverting attention. They're entertaining. It can be funny. It can be fun, but it takes away as well. And it created for me a life that I didn't really want to continue living. I could make a life that was better, and so I decided I could quit television. And I did, and I went cold turkey, quit just, I put all my TVs on the curb because I had a lot. I was a geek. I fixed them up. I had walls of the things. I got rid of them all, and then suddenly I had lots of time, and it was horrible. But only at first, because then I could actually do things with that time.
A lot of people know you. due to your product, TV Be Gone. You know, that was also in line with just quitting television, but you're also quitting television for others, it seems, you know, just...
Well, I give people a tool to consider the possibility.
Okay, cool. Now, I have a question for you, because, you know, I think a lot of people just browsing on the World Wide Web can be just as, you know, addicted to it as you were to television. Will there be a sort of an internet Be Gone, or, you know, shouldn't be there something like that?
You know, TV is kind of different than internet in a pretty big respect. Internet, people can sit in front of a screen for hours and hours, and hours go away. That'll never come back. But it doesn't impinge on everyone around them. You know, if you have a TV at home or internet at home, it's not really impinging on other people. It's not impinging on the environment for everyone in that space. But when the TV's in a public space, then that TV is making choices for everyone in that space. And the TV industry made it really easy for me to turn those things off, because if you can see a TV, you can send a remote control signal to it to turn it off. So I did for every TV, and that's what TV Be Gone is. TV Be Gone is a ready-made version. It's a keychain. Actually, I always have it with me. TV Be Gone. It's just got a button, you push it, the little red light tells you it's working, but this thingy sends out signals to turn TVs off. And but I also have a version that's a kit, one of the many kits that I make for teaching total beginners who've never made anything how to solder and make cool things with electronics.
So is this also how, you know, hackerspaces help local communities?
Sure.
Yeah.
So in a hackerspace, it's like what we're in right now, Fab Lab Berlin. It's a place where there's people forming community and helping one another, sharing what they know with other people to help them do whatever projects they're exploring better. And those other people are sharing what they know, and this forms a pretty strong community where people are encouraging each other to continue to explore and do things they find meaning in doing, things they really love. And when they do that, what we're finding in hackerspaces around the world is that if people are coming up with cool projects that they love, other people love it too. And in a hackerspace, there's this community, and people are suddenly everyone there is excited about it, or a lot of people, then they're maybe finding an opportunity for a startup. And if that's happening, then maybe they can make a living doing what they love.
I always ask people to give their favorite tool or trick or tip, but of course I must ask you, what is your favorite hack?
Favorite hack? I think more in the abstract when I think of questions like that. So, I hacked my own life. And by hacking my life, I grew from being a total depressed blob of a kid to being someone who loves living my life. And I did that by, hacking my life, my psychology, who I am, by making choices, for myself for the first time, and seeing that it had a huge impact on me. Huge impact. Quitting TV, suddenly I had time, and suddenly I had to deal with all these things that I'd been pushing away. And that's what addiction's all about, pushing stuff away. But I had all this time. Now I actually had to deal with it, and I found huge impacts every time I made a choice, and I was really terrible at making choices, but I learned continually from making choices, dealing with the consequences, knowing a lot more, and making new choices, seeing the consequences of those, et cetera, and over a number of years, actually getting sort of okay at doing this, sort of okay at making choices that would actually do something more positive than negative. And and I can't say I'm an expert at that now, but I continue to live a life I love, and I continue to get enough doing what I love to keep doing what I love. And as long as that keeps happening, I'm going to keep loving my life.
Thank you very much, Mitch. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Yeah.